What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm James and this is Clearwater Fishing, and in today's video we're talking about the Elite FS from Lowrance, or whether or not you should get the HDS Live instead. I'm going to point out some of the key differences and explain some of those differences to you in case you don't understand those, and better educate you on which unit that you should get. If you love fishing and love talking about fishing and love to learn about fishing, you come to the right place. Subscribe to my channel, smash that notification bell, and you'll be well on your way. But now, let's hop on over the computer and let's talk about the new Lowrance Elite FS. Alright, so we're over here on the computer on the Elite FS page. I want to look closer at that, but it won't let me. So one thing I do like about the new Elite FS's is that they've changed their screen type on the Elite series. I have a lot of issues with my touchscreen on the Elite 9 Ti. Sometimes the corners and edges don't work so good. I do have a Garmin LiveScope, and it has a similar screen where it has the pane of glass on the front, and that touchscreen works much better than my Elite 9 Ti. So I'm glad they went away from the old type screens and moved up to these newer ones. I'm pretty excited to see that. But overall, it looks like a pretty good unit, pretty good little unit here. It looks a lot similar to the original Elite TIs and TI2s. Not a whole lot of difference cosmetically other than the screen is different. Let's jump on over to the 9-inch. Yeah, just a little more space between buttons. But looking pretty sharp. Nothing too fancy or not fancy, whatever you want to call that. Price wise, $1,000 for the 9, $650 for the 7. I'm not sure why it won't let me select the active target live sonar with a 7, but it will let me select it with the 9. So that's kind of got me a little concerned. I think the 7 and the 9 are both compatible with active target, their new live sonar. Oh, if you haven't seen my video on that, definitely check it out. I'll have it in the cards below, cards above, description below. So make sure you check that out if you haven't watched anything about active targeting and what that is. Moving on down, we're going to look at some of the key features. We're not going to watch their video. It has networking capability. It has a touchscreen, has active imaging, which is their new 3-in-1 transducer that they have, and also the active targeting live sonar. So that's pretty exciting. If you're looking for a competitor to LiveScope, this might be something new for you to try. We got our contours on our map. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about. We have fish reveal, obviously active targeting, active imaging. This is our normal sonars. We have preloaded maps. I have a touch screen, we already talked about that. And there's really, we have control of our power poles and our ghost trolling motor. So that's kind of nice that it's going to be able to communicate with those devices as well. Let's hop on over to the HDS Live, take a quick glance at it. So the HDS Live has a few more options in screen sizes. We got the 7, the 9, the 12, and the 16. Obviously a lot pricier. We'll talk about what you're getting in that price here in a minute. The 7 is $1,100, the 9 is $1,900, the 12 is $3,000, and the 16 is going to be $4,400. So kind of pricey, and it's also a touchscreen as well. So it also has this a Solar Max touchscreen. So apparently it reduces the glare when you're out on the water and you can see it better. Scrolling on down, it's obviously going to have all the same capabilities as the Elite FS. We're going to look for what it has extra. Ooh, smartphone notifications. I'm not interested in that. We have Livecast smartphone integration on the 12 and the 16, the real pricey units. And all that is where you can stream something from your phone to your fish finder. So you can like watch the game or something while you're fishing. But if I'm fishing, I'm out there fishing. I'm not out there trying to watch a football game or baseball game or basketball game while I'm fishing. I'm out there to be fishing. So here's where one of the key differences comes in as far as price goes. I want to look at the processors. The 7 and the 9 both support dual core processors, which all that means to you and I is that the processor is going to be able to process data faster. So like looking at maps, scrolling on sonar images, if you need to scroll back in time and do that, it's going to do that faster. Switching between modes, so you're doing down scan and you want to switch to structure scan or regular sonar, those switches are going to happen quicker, and it's going to be able to process and handle more data quicker. And on the 12 and the 16, it has a quad core processor, and it's also able to support 6 panels at the same time because of that. So if you're looking at a lot of different things at the same time, maybe you want to look at the 12 or the 16. If you're just going to be looking at 4 or so, I think the 7 supports 2 and the 9 supports 4. Back to the Elite FS. It has a single processor. So everything it does is going to be much slower, and it's not going to be able to process as much data as quickly as the HDS system. So if speed on the water, being able to change screens really fast, hey, I need to get from my map to my sonar real quick. If that's important to you, definitely want to look at the HDS Lives. If you're just out there casually fishing and you got a couple of seconds to wait, hey, not a big deal. I'm going to press the button, wait half a second longer, and okay, there's my map. Sometimes the maps do struggle on these units with the single core processors. They take a little while to load. When I first started on my Elite 9 Ti, which is like 2 models ago, it does take about 3 or 4 seconds for the map to actually load up after I hit the map button. One last thing I wanted to point out is the screen resolution. The screen resolutions on the Elite FS series are much lower than that of the HDS Lives. So to give you an example, the screen resolution on the Elite FS 9 is 800 by 480. And on the HDS Live 9, it is 1280 by 720, which is considered the first level of HD. So we're looking at standard definition versus high definition between these two. And when you're looking at such a small screen, sometimes the subtle details are missing on my personal experience. I have an Elite 9 Ti. Some of the small details are missing, and I had to scan over something a few times to actually figure out what something actually is, whether it's a log or a rock. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell if you don't have that screen resolution to show you that detail. So what else might cost the HDS Live a little more? Well, it does have a few extra features that I don't exactly consider fishing features, but it does have them. It's got Bluetooth capability, so it connects to your phone. It's able to do Sirius XM weather. It's also capable for the 12s and the 16s. You can transmit from your phone to the unit itself and stream like a game, a football game, baseball game, or a video, or do something on Google. Honestly, that feature there is not really important to me because I'm just going to pull out my phone if I need to do something like that. And if I really want to watch a game, I'm just going to stay at home. When I go fishing, I plan on going fishing and really not to be watching a football game or baseball game or whatever sport it is. If you're actually thinking about comparing these two units, I would definitely wait until they get out in stores and get on the displays, whether it's Academy or Cabela's or Bass Pro or wherever you like to shop for your stuff. Definitely go and check both of these units out. There may be some subtle differences that I don't talk about here, and you may experience, and you're like, wow, I have to have this unit versus this unit. But overall, between the FS and the HDS Live systems, mostly it's all about cost, and then you also get the next level of resolution and processing power. It's really not much about technology anymore. It's more about processing power and screen resolutions. So it's kind of sad that, hey, I have a fish finder that's capable of doing the top-notch thing, which would be active targeting at this point, but the screen resolution isn't that great. That's something you're going to have to weigh yourself and decide and determine whether or not you want to pay that extra money for screen resolution and processing power. Guys, I hope this video helped to inform you about some of the differences between the Elite FS units and the HDS Live. If you know about more differences between these two that make the cost a lot different and may justify someone buying this, please share it in the comments below. Or if you feel like the Elite FS is the superior unit, it's the more fisherman friendly unit because of the price and it still has all those capabilities, hey, let me know in the comments below if you're going to go get a new Elite FS. But like always, until next time, get out there and go catch you some fish.